Can you use engine oil additives to fix lifter noise or rod knocks?
What about oil leaks or an engine that burns oil and smokes out the tailpipe? That's right, do-it-yourselfers. Today we're going to go through each scenario and I'm going to tell you whether or not using an oil stabilizer, in our case Lucas oil, is going to help solve your issue. Now before we get into it, do me a huge favor and subscribe to my channel, but also don't forget to click on the bell notification or the bell icon that's right next to the subscribe button, because YouTube will simply not let you know of my new videos unless you click on that. Now to get the obvious out of the way, oil stabilizers or Lucas oil doesn't fix anything. They may help you hide the problem or mask the symptoms, but the underlying problem is still going to be there. And that also comes at a cost. Now whether or not that cost is worth paying depends on the problem you're having with your engine. All right, so first let's start off with engine oil leaks. Here's a random fun fact for you. Did you know Audi 2.7 liter V6 engines come with 2 engine oil pans, both of which are known for having frequent oil leak issues? So now you might ask, would Lucas engine oil stabilizer help reduce oil leaks on this car? The answer is yes, it would. But would I use this on my car? The answer to that is no, I would not. You see folks, Lucas oil is very thick when compared to regular engine oil. Now, this obviously thins out and it's a bit smoother when warmed up, but it's still considered a very thick oil. Now, if I were to put this thick oil in the engine, it is likely that it's going to help with the oil leak problem. However, every vehicle manufacturer has very specific viscosity requirements when it comes to their engine oil. And that's due to all the different clearances they have. For example, like their connecting rod bearings, their hydraulic lifters, and what the oil pump is made for and can handle, which would go right here on this engine. Now, if you thicken the oil by adding oil additives in order to stop that oil leak from your oil pan, you basically raise the viscosity of your engine oil. Viscosity being the oil's resistance to flow. Now, if it has a higher resistance to flow than it's supposed to, you might actually, damage your lifters, or even worst case scenario, damage your crank or rod bearings. Also keep in mind, by thickening the oil, your oil pump has to work that much harder to flow that and push that oil throughout your engine. Now, as you can see, your oil pump obviously goes through your crankshaft and lubricates all the bearings, but also comes up here and goes through these passages to fill these hydraulic lifters. Now, if you have thicker oil and it has to work harder as it's driven off your crankshaft, it's going to put a load on your engine and reduce your MPG. So the answer for oil leaks is very simple: no, never. Now, it usually doesn't reduce your MPG by a whole lot, maybe a mile or two, depending on your car. But how about using this on an engine that has lifter noise? All right, so if you have hydraulic lifters, as you can see, these lifters get filled with pressurized oil coming from your oil pump through this tiny little hole. Now, there are 2 main scenarios how oil cannot find its way to the inside of this lifter and then causing you to have lifter noise. The first one would be that you have not enough oil pressure. Maybe your oil pump is getting weak and wearing out, or you have an old engine where oil pressure is not up to spec anymore because it's simply worn out. Oil cannot find its way under good pressure to these passages and fill up all these hydraulic lifters, and then causing you to have lifter noise. Now, if you thicken the oil, your oil pump is actually going to be able to increase the oil pressure because, if it's a thicker oil it has to squeeze, it's going to have an easier job. The clearances don't have to be at the same spec that they were made when they came out of the factory. It's going to be able to squeeze this much better, pump it throughout your engine. Now again, if this was my car, would I use Lucas oil stabilizer? Not if I can help it. I would test the oil pump, and if it's not to spec, I would simply replace the oil pump. Now, if I test the oil pump and see that the oil pump is up to spec, however, I still have low oil pressure issues, and I come to the conclusion that it's simply because the engine is worn. Maybe it has high miles, it's close to 200,000 miles or so, and it's simply worn out, and therefore it doesn't have the same oil pressure that it's supposed to do. If that's the case, well, your other option is simply rebuild the engine. However, you can use oil additives or even maybe a higher viscosity or a thicker oil than your manufacturer asked for, just to see how much you can prolong the life of your engine. Now, the other scenario where you might have lifter noise is if you have too much buildup, either in the passages that go to the lifters or in and around this hole where oil is supposed to get inside the lifter. So if that's the case, thickening the oil or increasing its viscosity is not only not going to be helpful, it's actually going to make things worse. Oil, if it already has a hard time getting to the inside of this lifter, if you make it thicker, it's going to have an even harder time. Now, if that's the case, what you can do is try to clean out the inside of the engine by using an engine cleaner. And I like to use Liquid Moly. It's a good brand. It works really well. However, it does not come without risk. So make sure you read the instructions and follow them
to the letter.
Now you might be thinking, hey, why not just use a lower viscosity oil or a thinner oil to try to lubricate the inside of these lifters to stop that lifter noise? And that's a very bad idea, because
if you go thinner on the oil than the manufacturer asks for, you're going to be going below the spec for the protection they've calculated that the certain viscosity of oil is going to be able to provide your main and rod bearings.
Now keep in mind, your manufacturer already tries to give you the lowest possible viscosity of oil that you can use in your engine to increase their MPG so they can advertise that and sell more cars. Now if you go below that, you're almost certain to damage your bearings, leaving you in need of a new engine.
All right, so next up, what if you have an engine that burns a lot of oil and smokes like a chimney out the tailpipe? All right, so if your engine is burning a ton of oil, it's more than likely due to your piston rings, these guys, mainly your oil ring, being damaged, allowing oil to leak from your crankcase to the top of your piston, and from there to the combustion chamber and being burned off with your air-fuel mixture. Now, in order to fix that, you would have to tear apart your engine, remove your piston, and replace your piston rings.
So if that's your prospect, then the answer is simple. Again, you don't have much to lose. You can either use a thicker oil or simply add Lucas oil to your engine. By thickening the oil, it has a less chance to try to sneak past your piston rings and get burned off in your combustion chamber. And that may, in fact, again, hide your problem and cause you to have less smoke, or maybe even no smoke if you're lucky, coming out your tailpipes.
All right, so up next, what if you have a rod or a main bearing knock? All right, so a rod knock, for example, is when the bearing, this one right here, this one goes on the cap, and here's another one that goes on the connecting rod itself. Wears out and gets to the point where there is too much play between your connecting rod and your crankshaft that you can see down there. And when that happens, every time your crankshaft is going around, your connecting rod is slamming into your crankshaft, creating that distinct knocking noise, aka rod knock.
And again, similar to our worn out piston ring problem, fixing this requires you to take apart your engine, replace the bearings, either machine the crankshaft or get a new one, and that all obviously costs a lot of money and time. So, if that's your problem, if you have a rod knock, you don't have much to lose, go ahead and use some Lucas oil, or maybe even use a thicker oil, or maybe even do both. Now here's the million-dollar question: should you use Lucas oil as preventative maintenance whenever you do oil changes? Now you're gonna find that there's people on both sides of this issue. A lot of people swear by Lucas oil. A lot of people say it simply doesn't do anything. Now in my opinion, I would not use Lucas oil on a car that has a new engine. You simply use the manufacturer recommended oil, and also, unless stated otherwise, make sure you use synthetic oil. Now synthetic oil flowing better might show your oil leaks a little bit more, but simply go ahead and fix those oil leaks. And if you do your oil changes on time and take care of your engine, you'll never have to really use Lucas oil. There's two really main reasons why I don't recommend Lucas oil for engines that are working fine. First one, again, it increases your viscosity. Higher the viscosity, oil doesn't actually flow as good as it's supposed to. Now it might provide some protection, but it's greatly offset by the higher viscosity of the oil than your manufacturer requires for your engine. And the other problem is that Lucas oil actually foams up, or in other words, when it's splashing around inside your engine oil pan, it actually gets air bubble trapped inside of it. And when you have air bubbles, that obviously does not provide much protection at all when it gets run through your engine. Now, this may not be a huge issue, you're replacing 10 or 15, 20% of your oil with Lucas oil and getting some air bubbles to go inside your engine might not be a problem, but simply, obviously it doesn't help. And instead of using Lucas oil, I recommend you follow my top 5 tips about making sure your car's engine and transmission lasts a very long time. Where you may find those, you may ask? Well, you may find them by clicking on this video or the one right below it. Also, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell notification again, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.